So the Houston Rockets, you talked about the Magic possibly trading for number one. The Rockets have been very aggressive in trying to acquire the top pick from Detroit. And I asked the question when this news came out. Is it to secure Jalen Green or to draft Cade? I think it's to draft Cade, no doubt about it. And they could package the number 2 pick. Of course, that would have to be in the deal. Picks 23 and 24. And if they don't want to package those, maybe they can give up Jayshawn Tate, maybe a Kenyon Martin Jr. or a Daniel House possibly. But to me, this is big news because I think the Rockets need a franchise-changing player. And what this tells me is that they like Jalen Green. They might even love him as a prospect. But Cade Cunningham is just on a different level than all these other guys that they are willing to go all in to just get him. And it would be smart because with Jalen Green right now, if he gets drafted to Houston, you now have a void with John Wall there. Because John Wall, he's not coming off the bench. That's John Wall. Mm-hmm. He's going to start. So now you're going to have John Wall, Jalen Green, and KPJ. That doesn't seem like a very great trio. With Cade, you have Cade, KPJ, and John Wall. You have 3 very good high-level playmakers, and that could be very good for a guy like Christian Wood, who had an all-star level season last year.
Don't forget Tate.
I mean, not an all-star level season.
No, I'm saying he's good, too. Yeah.
Jayshawn Tate is good. He also is 26 years old.
Yeah.
One of the older rookies in the draft.
A minute. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He played with D'Lo.
Yeah.
But also the Pistons are rumored to be very high on Jalen Green. They are high on Jalen Green, so maybe Detroit this whole time wants to go Green. And a report came out on Twitter today that I saw that the Pistons and Dwayne Casey asked the draft prospects, these prospects, if they make their bed. And that's how they decide whether they're going to be good pros.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Cade is from Houston, if I'm not mistaken. So if not Houston, he's from Texas. So
he played at Oklahoma State, so they're very close by.
Yeah, hometown favorite, and Detroit, I don't know. It's weird. Houston has came out. Well, reports have said that they want Cade, like they've aggressively pursued Cade. Detroit has said in the past that Cade was their guy. That is number one. And Cade on the JJ.
They haven't said it.
No, they actually said that it's a question of whether they're going. Wow.
They said they're going to evaluate every single prospect.
But maybe it's because they want to see what the offers
are.
Yeah,
because well, that was the only guy they gave a workout to, Cade, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the only workout that Cade attended.
That's weird.
He didn't attend anybody else.
So people else assume, okay.
Nah, Cade's lit for that. He said, "I'm going."
Well, because he said on the JJ Redick podcast, he said, when I get he said it he was as if he knew already that he was going number one already. So as if they made contact with him and they talked to him.
No, Cade knows he's going number one.
We just don't know if it's Houston.
Doesn't know where.
And it's interesting because, like you said, you look at Houston's landmark, and KPJ tweeted the other day, "I'm a true point guard." And I don't think he is. I think he's a 2 guard. I think his natural habitat is scoring the ball. I think he can be versatile, but I think he's better fitted at the 2. And Cade, I watched a lot of him in college. I feel like his natural ability is controlling the game, being that 1. I think he just played in the post to play because he was the biggest guy on the team. And Houston, like you said, John Wall at the 1, KPG at the 2. Cade can play the 3, so throw him at the 3. That would be a good tandem. But even then with Detroit, Killian Hayes, Cade, Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey, that's a good big team too.
That's really good, but also I do think Jalen Green on Detroit may fit a little bit better because now you have Killian.
But do you trust in Killian? That's just based on your trust.
I trust in Green though. This is the thing: Killian, Green, Sadiq Bey now is a 3. Grant is the 4. And now at 5, whoever it is, whether it's Isaiah Stewart or Mason Plumlee, it makes sense there.
But
I feel like Green is a more natural fit. And if they get picks 23 and 24, now you add more young talent. Right. They could go out at pick 23 and maybe get a Trey Murphy or an Isaiah Jackson or one of these other prospects, maybe a Chris Duarte who's old, who what you're going to get out of him.
He'll probably go to L.A.
Maybe Sharif Cooper. They could bank on Sharif Cooper.
To be a backup?
To be a backup if Killian doesn't work out.
Do you want to pass on this generational talent in Cade? The fact of how dynamic he could be as a ball player, do you really want to give that up for someone who is obviously amazing at this one thing that he is, but is really, to a degree, one-dimensional?
No, I don't think it's absurd because I think Jalen Green is going to be an all-star player. I think he can lead the league in scoring one day. That's how good I think Jalen Green can be.
I agree.
And if the
I agree
Pistons,
too. I
the
think he could be
Pistons
really
right
well.
now don't have
Really good, excuse me.
a lot of young talent. They have Killian, Stewart, and Bay. That's really it. You know,
That's why I feel as if they should. Detroit hasn't
they
had a
have-
lot going for them for years.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Pistons have those three main guys. Yes, they have other guys like Frank Jackson and Josh Jackson showed some flashes. I'm blanking on another young guy they have.
Saban Lee.
Yeah, Saban Lee.
Yeah.
So the thing is with the Pistons right now, they want to acquire young talent. If they can get Jalen Green and get picks 23 and 24, this draft is not a 5-man draft. This draft is loaded on the back end of the draft. They can get a foreign guy like Rocco Prokison. They could get a guy like that.
They also
can
traded
get
for
him.
Hamidou
They can get
Diallo.
Usman.
Yeah, they can. He's a free agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They
restricted
can get
free agent.
Usman.
Yeah, they can get Usman Garuba. They can
True,
get a
true.
lot of really talented players, and I mean, it wouldn't be bad. I think
told you
they
this
would
draft
bank
is
on
loaded.
assets.
I told you.
I think this draft is good, and somebody sent me this trade idea. Let me get the name real quick so I could shout him out real quick because he sent me this idea. He hit me up on Instagram and he said, I think this would be a trade idea for the Rockets to go one. His name is Jeff. The Rockets get Jeremy Lamb and Edmund Summer.
Oh, this is with Indiana involved.
Yes, and they get the first overall pick and Detroit's second overall pick. The Pistons get second round pick. The Pistons get the 13th pick in the draft, which belongs to Indiana, the second pick, which belongs to Houston, and the 24th pick, which belongs to Houston. And the Pacers get Eric Gordon, Daniel House, and like a second round pick.
I don't think Detroit would say yeah.
Can you repeat it one more time? I'm sorry, bro.
The Pistons would get the second pick, the 13th pick, and the 24th pick.
Okay.
The Rockets would get Jeremy Lamb, Edmund Summer, the first pick, and the second round pick.
Three-team trade, okay.
And the Pacers would get Eric Gordon and Daniel House.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Detroit was getting the 13th pick.
Mm-hmm. No, Detroit.
They are the second, 13th,
second,
Yeah,
and
but without.
24th.
I thought you.
So they're getting
for
three
them to
first
do the
round
trade,
picks.
they have to get.
They're
Yeah, I
getting
didn't-
one.
I
They're
didn't-
getting
yeah.
the second. They're getting in the teens, a still lottery pick, and they're getting a pick in the 20s.
Yeah, my fault. I didn't hear the second. That's why I was like. 13.
So they could go out. They could get Jalen Green. Then they could get a guy like Jalen Johnson. Maybe he falls there, or Josh Giddey, who has a similar skill set to Cade, but not as dominant, of course. There's a lot of opportunities here.
That's not a bad trade. Now that I heard the second pick.
And the
was
Pacers get Eric Gordon and Daniel House.
so they're just trying to back in on scoring and defense.
The Pacers have said that they want to get a veteran player.
Okay.
So
Eric Gordon's
Eric
good.
Gordon off the bench for Karis LeVert.
Daniel House.
Daniel House off the bench.
I like that trade a lot.
And you know what's
actually.
funny about Indiana? A lot of their guys are young. Brogdon's
They
the
are a
oldest
young
at 27, but you got Sabonis 24, LeVert
Turner.
26,
Miles
TJ's
Turner.
25. I think Turner's about 24. So they got young talent. Detroit, you get the second and you get the 13th pick. That's a good draft. You know, you still get your guy.
For real.
Because I think either one is their guy regardless. And then at 13, you can get another guy because this draft, like we said, it's loaded. And Houston, they get their guy. You know, you bring in Cade. Now it's like, all right,
We
it's
got
time.
time now.
Now
Yeah.
let's rebuild. We got him. We got KPG.
That lineup would be nice, actually. Christian
Well,
Wood.
I wish I lived in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a
That'd be-
Houston fan.
Houston's
You know,
pretty
wherever Cade gets drafted, I'm a
I've
fan.
heard you say that how many times about how many different
But
spots.
you know that's one of my favorite players.
I
So wherever
guess.
Cade gets
True,
drafted,
that's very true.
yeah. So
I'll
I'm
give you
already a Houston fan.
I'll give you
didn't
that
you drop
pass.
shift? I could
I
have
never
dropped
dropped ship.
You-
I love the Houston Rockets.
I thought you said when Harden was gone, I'm gone.
No, I said wherever Harden's going to, I'm going to.
So you're
as
still
well.
rocking with
So
Houston.
I like Houston, yes. I'm a
I
fan of
respect
their.
that. I always have love for
I
Cleveland.
became a Houston fan because their uniforms were
okay.
dope. The 2010s, I think they changed the uniforms.
Oh, the Chinese ones?
Not Chinese ones. They were like
they used to
white.
be like-
they had stripes. down
Wasn't there alternates
here.
like Chinese?
Yeah, they did have those.
Those were dope.
Yeah,
the
those
old
were
red
dope too.
ones with the
Yeah.
they played Golden State with those. Those were fire.
So that's why I became a Houston fan when they had Kevin Martin, Kyle Lowry, Louis
Kevin
Scola.
Martin was a buck.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, Kevin Martin was really good. It was a pivotal trade piece in that OKC for
Shot
Harden
funny.
trade. OKC Harden trade.
He was like a
like Sean Marion, but
Yeah.
like jumping sideways.